Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, retired librarian turned homeschool mom. In this video, we're going to look at an interesting film. Now, I'm covering both of these. So this is going to be the Princess Diaries. So this is, I'm going to say based, but it's not, inspired by the Meg Cabot book of the same name, sort of. Oh, yeah. If you like the book series, I've covered that. Go ahead and check that out. By the time you guys see this, I think all of them should be out by now. This is being filmed several months after I finished those book series. Several months. After I finished filming those. For reference, this is May of 2022. So you guys won't be seeing this until 2023. But again, it's very, very loosely based. So I will cover the film and then I will probably throw in comments of how, no. So this was filmed at the time of this filming, from what I can be able to tell by IMDb. This came out in 2021. The first two books I think were out. The Princess Diaries, the first volume in the series, came out in September of 2000, and then volume 2, the Princess, which is Princess in the Spotlight, came out in June of 21. So I'm not sure the monthing out of this. So it's interesting. So the basic premise of both the film and the book, you have a teenage girl who finds out that she is the heir to the throne of this little country called Genovia. She's pretty much being raised by her artist mother, Helen Thermopolis. Her name is Mia Thermopolis. She goes to private school. And she has a cat named Fat Louie. Her best friend's name is Lily. Lily has a brother by the name of Michael. So that's, and essentially the film covers her finding out she's a princess. Her father is dead. He's died. I don't know how they explain how he died. Her grandmother, who is played by the wonderful Julie Andrews, as you can see in the film. And then, of course, Anne Hathaway plays Mia. And she is 16, or no, she's 15. She's almost 16. She finds out, she freaks out. Her mother ends up dating her, what teacher is it? Debate teacher. What she's doing in debate, I don't know. She's not very good at public speaking. And her best friend Lily's brother Michael is in love with her. I think they're in the same grade. There's a lot of interesting things about her having a crush on one of the older boys in school, and her bully Lana. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. He's not a major character in the books, so he's a senior in the books. But it goes through her trial and tribulations. She gets a makeover because she has fuzzy brown hair, and learning to be a princess and going through princess lessons. And if she doesn't take the throne, it goes to crazy people. No, they don't explain that. Moving on. But again, and that eventually she has the coming to age princess moment. She has a weird thing where she's bullied by this girl, and the boy who she had a crush on, Josh, that's his name. His name is Josh, embarrasses her at this big fancy dance there in San Francisco in the film. And then she ends up dancing with taking the throne and going with her best friend Lily's boyfriend, or brother, not boyfriend, brother. So that's the gist of the film. It's very, very fun. It's very, very simple, minus the noise. My husband's coming home from yoga, which is what he does on Wednesdays, because we have swim class with our daughter, at least at this moment. So ignore the noise. But it's fun, it's simple, it's a typical Disney princess movie because it's Disney that follows the lines of Disney, with the father being dead. So, it is extremely loosely based on the book. So loose. There's very little resemblance. Disney essentially took the basic premise and the names and possibly Mia's mild insecurities. That's about it. A couple major differences. Mia's 14. They're in New York. Lily is worse and obnoxious in the books, even early on. Michael is a senior. They are a freshman. And yes, he likes her. No, they do not get together. She actually has another boyfriend that she ends up going out with her lab partner, Kenny. She does not get with Michael until, pulling up Meg Cabot's website here. No, it's not A Princess in Love. When is she? I believe it's A Princess in Pink, which is book 5, I think. I remember when, I think it's A Princess in Pink. It could be A Princess in Waiting or A Princess in Love. I know she realizes she's in love with him. Maybe it's A Princess in Love. But she does get to, at the end of the film, she gets with Michael. At the end of the book, she does not. And yeah, it takes a couple of books for her to get with Michael. And again, there is no choice whether she's going to take the throne in Genovia. The other big difference is Dad's not dead. Her father had testicular cancer. He's infertile. She's a bastard. Her parents are not in love. They hate each other. Her grandmother is very, very French. Julie Anders is a wonderful, kind, caring person. Her grandmother is a nightmare who has her hair cut short and gives her highlights. She knows her father and her grandmother. She just didn't realize her father was in charge of a country. Her grandmother has a small, obnoxious poodle and is very, very French and chain smokes and has eyeliner tattooed onto her face to get idea. It's her grandmare. Grandmare is annoying and obnoxious. And her father is bald and very much a hound dog. Yeah, he's flirty with all sorts of people and has a girlfriend every week, which Mia knows. She spends time in France with her father and her grandmother every summer. So, which is technically where Genovia is. I think the film, you don't really see Genovia that much. It's this next film where they have a weird location thing. Genovia is located on the water. It's in the Mediterranean. It's like, we're talking like between like France and maybe Spain. I think it's Spain. It's on the Mediterranean. So it's in the south of, it's closer to the south of France. So that's where Genovia is actually located. In the books, it's a fictional country, it doesn't exist. It's also a principality. In the movie, her grandmother, Clarice, which again is the correct name, is the queen. In the book, she's a dowager princess. And her father's a prince. So Mia's a princess and the heir to the throne, and she doesn't really have a choice. And she's really, really obnoxious and obsessed with Greenpeace and all sorts of things. And yes, that's how her father gets her to agree to princess lessons, is to donate a bunch of money to charity. And she wants to join Greenpeace, and she's just kind of weird and kind of spoiled, and her mother is really, really flighty. And her mother does end up dating her math teacher, her algebra teacher, which she's messing around with. And her Michael is, yes, in a band in the book, but he's a computer nerd. So, and Michael and Lily's parents are psychologists, and yeah, they've known each other for years. But again, she doesn't get with Michael until later. She does realize she likes him. But again, she's dating Kenny, and she doesn't really like Kenny. So it's a very good film. It has very little to do with the books. So you probably like both. It's fun. It's a good teenage film. This is fluff. So are the books. Not gonna hide this. It's fluff. It's a good movie to watch to bond with your daughter or whatever child is very interested in girly princesses. So, and there is minor kissing. And that is it. And Mia's obsessed with driving a car in the film. No, not in the books at all. Again, she's in New York, not San Francisco. And again, she's also 14. And I don't know if she ever actually learns to drive. I don't think it's ever mentioned. Again, she's in New York City, around Greenwich Village, Soho area. I know nothing about New York City. So, but that's in the books. But again, it's a very good, very fun, very fluffy film. It's not educational at all. I'm not going to pretend that. It's interesting if you're studying Europe and teenage stuff. If you just want, or pretty much it's a movie day of let's curl up in bed and watch something fun. A bonding part. It's a popcorn movie where you're sitting there and it's just fun. It's a girls' night out kind of thing. But it's Disney princess fluff. And as much as I hate Disney as a corporation, it's still a halfway decent film. And Julie Andrews is a fantastic actress, as everybody knows. That's just set in stone. So that is the end of this video. I'm going to tell you how long this is. I'll pull up. I have the IMDb page up here. If I can. My computer is being annoying. There we go. It's an hour and 55 minutes. So about 2 hours. Not too bad. But again, it's entertaining and it's funny. And you have Hector Elizondo in there, and there's a weird little love affair going on between him and Julie Andrews. And no, that's not going on in the book. Her bodyguard is Lars, who was her father's bodyguard. He has some interesting things going on. Later in the book series, please check out the book series. Yes, I covered them all. I think you should be seeing this. I'm also covering her little sister book series. Whole different story. Please check out the book series. They're very, very good. But again, they're fluff. And along with the rest of the channel, I do, that's the end of that. I'm going to put that down for a second. I'm also going to be filming the royal engagement as well tonight. So I'll film, and then you will see that. That will come out the following week. Obviously not next week after me filming, because again, this is May of 2022. But again, I do a lot of films like this. I do a lot of the book reviews. I do a bunch of more educational stuff. I have some travel videos. I have some board game videos. So be sure to check out the channel. I do homeschooling, so a lot of this stuff is educational. Sometimes it's just fluff for the sake of the Princess Diaries. And yes, I cover the Princess Diaries because they're fluff. I cover the Princess reality. If you watch my Princess Diaries videos, I cover the Princess Diaries because I covered The Last Apprentice before that, which is really, really dark and really, really gory, and you can check out those as well if you like in the dark and the gory. That was the book series that I covered before the Princess Diaries. And then I have Tomorrow Appears coming up. Tomorrow Appears followed by the Guardians of Goodall, along with a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm still planning. So educational stuff, not fiction. I'm doing a lot of book series this year. So check out the channel. Check out what I've got. I have a decent library already up. And leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.